pretty cool to meet them. And we also got to go to church with them, and it turns out there's a bunch of missionaries in Varanasi. It was just a church full of a service outside, singing songs and sharing together about their experiences there. So it was pretty cool.
So after that, we went to Agra, which is the home of the Taj Mahal. You may have heard of it. It's a Muslim. There's a mosque on the property, but the actual building is a tomb. It's suspected to be the most expensive gift given to a spouse. It was finished in 1655, and at that time it cost $4 million. And it took, I think it was 22,000 people working in 24/7 shifts. I think it was 12-hour shifts for 20 years. And it's absolutely flawless. We don't, I think in the last 200 years, even maybe 300 years, we don't really build things like this. Everything is inlaid. So actually, they wrote, this is the entire Quran written out in onyx and marble. And it's not just sort of inscribed or carved. They actually inlaid the onyx and marble within the white marble. It's just on and on like this. So all of those 22,000 people were artisans, just carving stuff and making stuff. Pretty crazy place, but quite spectacular. So after we were done there, we took the train back to Delhi. We took the plane via Hong Kong. We kept going through Hong Kong because we got a steal of a deal on Cathay Pacific, and the only catch was that you have to go through Hong Kong anytime you go somewhere.
We came to, I mean, again, Hong Kong airport felt like a resort after India. Sadly, it didn't have a longer layover, really, so it was good. So then we finally got to Indonesia, which I had come to a good place in India and would have been okay to stay longer, but I was definitely excited to see my brother, because for me that was the part I was really looking forward to. So we got to Jakarta, and he had lived there for 1 year, so he came for a day and kind of took us through his life in Jakarta in a whirlwind of a day. And the Indonesia part of the trip was just so different than India. We were with people we knew, or people that knew of us the whole time, and we had people to take us around, and we had houses to stay in, and it was amazing how like a sense of community with people that you have some sort of connection with does wonders for that comfort level. It was still really hot. We actually got more sick in Indonesia than we had the whole time in India. And it was still this different culture, but when you're with people, I think that you feel connected to, it seems like that. For me, it seems like that is kind of where the comfort lies, I think. So, in the relationship.
So these guys, Haryono and Rihanna, my dad was in Indonesia for 6 weeks, and this was one of his good friends there. This was one of Troy's connections as we were traveling through to meet Troy. These folks hosted us, and yet again, this couple. I think the thing that really struck us with all of this hosting was just this outpouring of love and graciousness and generosity. I mean, this family here, Bimo and Sikanti are the husband and wife, and they have 4 kids and 5 servants. And a couple other people sort of are in and out with them, one of their brothers, sister-in-law. Anyway, it's just really cool. The Asian sense of family and community is really cool. And we figured they bought us some plane tickets. They took us on vacation with them. We probably cost them.
We ate all their food. I mean,
we probably cost them $500 US. And that's probably close to their monthly salary. So just to put that in perspective, if you take your monthly earnings for your household and spend it on somebody who's staying with you for 2 weeks, that's sort of the level of hosting that we received, which is really special.
Oh, this is the, so we traveled through the island and then spent the last 2 weeks with Troy, just as pretty much his sidekick. He teaches at Christian kind of like discipleship school for teens and junior high and high school. And he also teaches at a Christian university, Petro University over there. Teaches English, and he does a lot of other things in the community. And so we pretty much just followed him around and were inspired for most of the time. He got us to do some of his work for him, which was fun. It was fun to teach, and we led some camp games and things like that. And it was really cool to just see how he hearing so much about his life for the past 3 years over there, and then to get to live it with him. And it's almost like my brother's in Indonesia, and I love him because he's my brother. But then you get to go hang out with him, and it's like, oh yeah, I like really enjoy spending time with him. Like he's a really fun guy to be around. So this is some of the stuff we did with him.
This is exclusive video behind the scenes here of Mr. Troy preparing for class. There's not many people that have access to this, so you know,
Top
enjoy
secret.
it. He's working on his laptop there. He's got a little packed lunch from Mama Sakanki.
Hey, get them out of here! Get them out of here!
Top secret footage. We had to come very early in the morning to get this kind of action, which we're happy to do. We're actually going to get to assist.
Sis, we're running class now.
You don't know the story of Joshua, okay? Just pretend like you don't know. You just know there's a man named Joshua, and he is trying to get into the promised land. Sweet home. Thank you for the food we eat. Yum, yum.
Ini kak. What is your date of birth?
What is your date of birth?
Date of birth. My birthday is May 7th.
What is Daniel doing? What is Daniel doing, Rami?
I am
a bunch and run around each other, and you guys will chase the ball and do the over-under. What do you think? Sounds too confusing or no? Try the first time. Yeah. It'll be pretty easy. So we're gonna move on to the field. Get set, go!
Run around, Edwin, run around, man. 4.
7.
7, right?
So nice, we get free flip-flops.
Yeah, I guess you could leave it closer to where they are.
I'm sorry if the video is a little hard to see. I think the projector ball needs to be changed.
So that just gives you a little bit of a glimpse of what we did with Troy. 2 weeks of that, essentially. I think everywhere we went, he used us in his English lessons, so they would ask us questions and we would respond very slowly in English so they could try to understand. And it was just cool to see how he's in lots of different places in the community. If he sees a place that has a need or he thinks he can plug in, he just kind of goes and checks it out, and if it's good, he stays, and if it's not, he goes and finds somewhere else to do, and somewhere else. And it's just neat to see how he followed. And again, he was very aware. We were talking to him about our experience in India, and he was just very aware. He measures his life by, or measures the success of whatever he's doing by his level of faithfulness. And we had a lot of conversations about how do you actually measure that, and what does that look like, and how do you know if you're being faithful, or how do you know if it's just something that you want to do or not. So there's lots and lots of conversation